Problem number one always is, which gear am I in? And then how do I get from the wrong gear into the right gear? And so as I was going back through the previous evening, when I woke up on this day and thought, where's the win? How do I find the improvement? When I walked back through my memory banks of the previous evening, I found 3 fleeting thoughts, urges to do something different. The first one had occurred when I had finished with my workday and I was busy going and doing some stuff. And the thought occurred to me, I should just skip it. I don't even need to drink tonight. I don't feel like it. I'm tired. I should just relax and skip the bottle of wine. That was a fleeting thought. Then what happens is thoughts are habits too. When that thought came into my body, I probably was like, I had a feeling of this is going to go against my habit. You see, it's not that drinking less or not at all is actually hard. Doing something different is hard because you have to take your brain off autopilot. So I had this beautiful invitation from my body to just take the night off, and my autoresponder bot brain kicked on, and I got this response. It's Friday night. You didn't have anything to drink last week because you were traveling. You deserve this. And so I had the fleeting urge to do something different. I had my autoresponder helpful brain keeping me on track. And I listened to that. I'm in the habit. I didn't pay attention to the new thought, the new idea that was different that appeared in my consciousness. And I went with the old. So no biggie. I opened my bottle of wine. I sat down. That's when the second thought occurred. I had one sip and the thought popped into my head. It tastes like alcohol. I don't even really like that. And the auto response from my brain, my subconscious programming, kicked out the reply that said, this is an expensive bottle of wine. It just needs to open. Give it a few minutes to let it breathe. You're going to be fine. So I did that and watched my movie, had my 2 glasses of wine. Exactly. But then here, you have to know the details. There is a wrench in this story. My kids are home from college. Somebody else, 2 other people were drinking out of that bottle of wine. Okay. So it's not exactly half. Okay. Which is good. This is wonderful because it led to the lesson. So the movie is over and I feel complete with what I believe was 2 glasses of wine. And I look over on the counter and I see about an inch of wine left in the bottle. And I skipped over the part where I told you I just had the thought, I feel really good. That was the perfect amount of wine. I really enjoyed that. I'm done and I'm going to go to bed. That was the thoughts that appeared in my head. Then my brain scanned the room, noticed there was 1 inch of wine on the counter, and my autoresponder bot brain said, that's not enough wine to save. This is an expensive bottle of wine. Those darn kids drank most of it, and I'm going to finish it now. So I did. And here we are telling the story because I woke up with the hangover and realized that I had to find the win. And so what I did was realize those thoughts were the wind. Those thoughts were evidence that I don't want to be sitting at home drinking by myself on a Friday night, that I do want to get out and explore. I don't want to be tied to the Friday night movie and wine habit. Like I want to be able to enjoy it, but I don't want it to be my default. I don't want it to keep me from opening my mind to seeing what else might be possible, to see what else I might want to be doing. That's not a habit that I want to foster and feed. Okay. And so there was evidence in those 3 random shooting thoughts that my brain does want to change, that my brain is trying to help me. It was just like a little baby idea gotten run over by the tsunami of the habit that had come back, which is it's Friday night. I drink on Friday nights. I deserve it. It's a reward. I'm going to enjoy this and it's fine. It's good. And I don't need to save a small amount of wine. Like all of those are just habits. They're just the sound of my feelings. They're not even me. They're just the words in my head that I have thought thousands of times. And I need to pay more attention to the words in my head that are coming up that are telling me, I don't want to do this. I need to feed the thoughts that I want to be stronger. That's the only difference. There's that parable with the wolf where a young boy is being told by his grandfather, there are two wolves that live inside of you, the good wolf and the bad wolf, and they're fighting. And the little boy says, "Well, Grandpa, which wolf wins?" And the grandfather says, "The wolf that you feed." You have to feed the thoughts that you want to think, because the ultimate hack, the cure that you're looking for with alcohol use disorder, is that your mind and body are in alignment, that you actually think, as I've explained on this podcast before, is that what happens to me, like, it doesn't even occur to me to open the bottle of wine during the week. Like, that's no longer a habit. If it does, it's so random. It's like the opposite of an intrusive thought. It's like this weak little, "Hey, do you want to open a bottle of wine?" And I'm like, "No, that's not what I do." And I just move on. I don't give it any credit. But the goal with your healing is that you actually think the thoughts that cause you to act the way you want to act. And that's the big problem with white knuckling and willpowering in terms of trying to change your behavior, is because you believe you would be doing something else if you didn't have to change. The true solution to alcohol use disorder is that you're actually thinking in a way that that's what you want to be doing. There's no internal battle at all. When someone offers me more wine after I've had about that 2-glass limit, where I feel the biphasic effects of alcohol, there's a line between buzzed and intoxicated, and I have no desire to cross it. I don't want to feel numb and dumb. I don't want to feel disconnected. I don't want to feel loopy and not paying attention and repeating myself. Like, I want to feel grounded in my body. And for me, about 2 glasses over the course of an evening is all I can tolerate. Maybe I'm old now, like, I don't know, my tolerance is down, but I have no desire to feel something different. And so when I'm drinking wine and someone says, "Do you want some more?" the words that come out of my mouth match the thought in my head, which says, "No, thank you. I'm good."